Every single day, you wake up to a quiet, unavoidable ultimatum: stay exactly as you are, or do the work to get better. If you aren't actively pushing yourself forward, you are slowly slipping backward. Growth is a forced action. Yet, when that morning alarm hits, your brain immediately defaults to autopilot. The bed is warm, the room is dark, and the absolute easiest choice in the world is to hit snooze. In that specific second, skipping the workout or delaying the project doesn't feel like a failure. It feels like the most rational, comforting decision you can make. Inspiration is a fragile chemical state. It depends entirely on having the right mood, the right weather, or a sudden, unreliable burst of energy. Relying on it means anchoring your goals to a temporary mood swing. If you only act when you feel like it, you hand control of your future over to your daily impulses. This guarantees a life where goals remain daydreams and your potential is quietly wasted. The only manual override to that autopilot state is discipline. Many view discipline as a restrictive cage, but its true function is liberation. It provides the agency required to dictate your own life. Discipline removes emotion from the equation. It doesn't ask if you slept well or if you're in the right headspace. It simply states the required action and forces you to execute it, regardless of the heavy resistance you feel in your mind. This process is entirely unglamorous. There is no audience and no applause. Your character is forged in the shadows, in that split second when your feet hit the cold floor while the world is asleep. It is going to hurt. Your muscles will ache, and your patience will stretch to its absolute limit. But that extreme discomfort is not a signal to quit. That friction is the biological proof that you are moving in the right direction. Accepting that friction as the strict price of progress shifts your reality. You burn through laziness and gain the power to dictate your own outcomes. At first, forcing yourself to do the hard thing feels unbearable. But if you refuse to break during those initial painful repetitions, an incredible biological adaptation occurs. You literally rewire your neural pathways and force your body to adapt to a new baseline. This chart shows habit formation. Initially, friction is at its absolute peak, but with repetitions, you see a steep drop in required willpower. Eventually, friction bottoms out, transitioning into a subconscious routine. The heavy lifting is done. Constant disciplined action rewires your identity. The hard choices that used to exhaust you become your daily default. Willpower is a finite resource. By surviving the intense, temporary pain of those early days, you engineer a psychological system that runs on autopilot. Success stops being a daily struggle and becomes an inevitable byproduct of your new identity. Warning tone. But discipline without a map is dangerous. You can wake up early, grind for 14 hours every single day, and still end up entirely lost. Running in circles takes extreme effort, but pure busyness does not equal progress. To give that relentless effort direction, you need a steering mechanism. You have to introduce intentionality. Intentionality takes your scattered energy and snaps them into perfect alignment toward a crystal clear future. This direction becomes your primary defense, building a hard perimeter around your focus, deflecting the minor demands that pull you off course. Intentionality allows you to design a proactive life, stripping away the reliance on chance and luck. Reaching that point of automatic, directed discipline is a massive victory, but it is not the finish line. The world around you is constantly evolving, which means your mind has to do the exact same thing through lifelong learning. The biggest threat to your progress now is human pride. Too many people treat education as a phase that ends the second they collect a diploma. They walk into the real world assuming they already know enough to survive. That pride isolates you. You trap yourself in an echo chamber, surrounding yourself only with voices that agree with you and ignoring the harsh lessons hidden in your failures. You recycle the exact same outdated strategies and wonder why you keep hitting the same walls. The precise moment you convince yourself you have nothing left to learn, you construct a permanent ceiling over your own potential. The only antidote to that stagnation is extreme, unwavering humility. It is the ability to look at every painful failure and every betrayal and extract the exact lesson it is trying to teach you. Real learning is deeply uncomfortable. It exists to expose your blind spots. It forces you to tear down the false assumptions you've built to protect your ego and accept that your previous methods aren't going to work tomorrow. In her framework for personal transformation, Priyanka Chopra zeroes in on the absolute requirement for extreme personal responsibility. Every morning, life presents you with two paths: surrender to comfort or endure the friction required to demand your own transformation. You cannot stumble your way to the top. Greatness is a destiny you must systematically engineer, built daily through relentless discipline, guided by absolute intentionality, and sustained by a mind that